So strap in, because this is an absolute wild one. Over the last few days, I've been receiving an insane amount of PCNs, parking charge notices, so vehicle contraventions as such. And also, I've been receiving notifications of auto pay for my TfL account. So these are charges that automatically get charged to my account as I use the car in the charging zones in central London. Now, I've not been driving my car to central London. I've not been going in through the London tunnels, which are chargeable. And I've definitely not been committing all of these contraventions in East London. So what has happened? My number plate has been cloned. This is wild. Like, you hear about it, people blur their regs and you think, no, plate's going to be cloned. I've been online for like 15, 20 years. Yeah, I'm old, right? And I just thought this was like an urban legend, a myth, something that like happened in the 80s. No, it happens, and it's happened to me, and it's happened right now. And at the moment, I'm like 6 PCNs deep and about 15, 18 transactions on my chargeable TfL accounts. So it's a big deal. It's a wild one because I gotta deal with this right now. I've just been to the post office. They charged me a tenner to get a postal order for £80, so it's £90. It's an absolute joke. What a rip-off. But anyway, I'm removing the plate from the car. And I've cancelled it to get all my auto pay and Dartford crossing and everything. So hopefully no more PCNs, no more charges, no more anything. But hey, we'll see. This is mad. The only thing left to do, of course, is get in the car. I'm going to chase this guy down.
But first of all, let's look at some of this evidence that I've been sent through as part of the PCM packs. So you can see it's a C-Class, totally stock, but it's got my P16YRR plate. You can see in the video here, just goes no entry, 0 Fs given. This is one from one of the tunnels, Blackwall Tunnel, I think. Obviously, you can see Tower Hamlets southbound. And the same here. It's another one of the tunnel shots. You can't quite see the phase, but you can see, obviously, a person there. You can see here another shot from behind from another journey. Literally, there were so many tunnel journeys on my auto pay. And these are just the photos that I've just took of them. As you can see, there it is again, C-Class with the P16YRR reg. So I mean, to me this is obvious, it's not the same car, but again, this is an argument I'm having and I gotta have. Here you can clearly see the black interior, even if that was a giveaway. Mine's got a cream interior, obviously. But yeah, so here you see another video, well, another still from a video that's coming up, where you just, yeah, cool, just absolutely drives down a no car pedestrianised area, like 0 Fs given. And here again, quite clearly you can see the road head closed sign and the van coming in, but he just squeezes by and drives down underneath that bridge anyway. So here, super ropey photo, but the video is much better. No right turn, and he just right turns anyway. So I mean, this guy just doesn't care. Also, I had 2 fill-ups, petrol station and drive away. This is the receipt from one of them, and this is the photo from the forecourt. Obviously, he's got a helmet in the back, safety helmet, and that's his face, which is interesting, but we'll get onto in a sec.
All right, so an update on my clone plate situation. I spoke to the police to get a crime reference number about it because PCNs keep coming, auto pay charges kept going. So as I mentioned, I've taken the plate off now. I've cancelled the reg of my auto pay, and I've now reported it to the police. In the process of speaking to the police about the situation and getting my crime reference number, they advised that actually me going to chase down was probably not a good idea, which I already knew, and to be honest, I probably shouldn't have mentioned it to them. But one thing that did come out of that is they said, well, this is quite common and still happens all the time. They normally run it for about a week, 10 days, something like that, and then they change the plate because then they can start to get traced. So maximum of 2 weeks, that's normally when all the PCNs and all the fines and all everything else starts sort of happening and coming down and arriving to the existing owner. They report it to the police, and then it becomes obviously a marked plate. I've removed the plate now, so that's no longer going to be an issue. because when it's a marked plate, it's an issue to both the legitimate owner and the illegal owner, or not the illegal user. So, plate is off, plate's been marked, so that's not an issue now. But moving forward, I still wanted to go into East London and have a look around the area where these PCNs have been receiving the auto pays. But the more I looked, actually, it's really widespread. Bow, Tower Hamlets, Lambeth, Southwark. So it was all a bit of a spread. And actually, when you think about it, between PCNs, auto pay from the tunnels, the London tunnels on that side of London, he's actually gone and taken fuel and not paid for and drove off in Bow. So it's quite a big spread. So the likelihood for me to find it, and it's a black C class, as we'll look into it now, and I'll show you guys all the evidence that I've received. Actually, it was going to be quite difficult. And again, the police advised against it. But I was still thinking, I should really go. But one thing that made me think, actually, all these PCNs were like 10, 12. The latest one was, I think, 10 days ago, and all the other ones were 12, 14, or 18 days ago. So the likelihood is this guy isn't running my plate anymore. So I believe I've now received all the PCNs, touch wood. So it's like 8 PCNs, 15 auto pay transactions, and 2 fuel non-pays where they've driven off, and 1 permit where they've parked at a location that requires permit, and they obviously didn't have a permit.
But Max, what is the outcome, I hear you say?
So yeah, obviously that amount of evidence is mad, and it's crazy that on that second one where he drove off the petrol station, we actually caught his face, which leads on to the conversation I had with the police. So the police called me back a couple of days after and said, actually, they've had previous reports of a black Mercedes around this area. So I've given them all the photographic evidence of my PCNs. A selection of the ones from TfL, because ones from TfL were loads. It's like 15, 17 transactions. And all the other PCNs for Southwark, Lambeth, Tower Hamlets, councils, as well as the 2 incidents where he just drove off and didn't pay. And in one of those, obviously, we can see his face, as we now saw. I've shared that with them, and they believe this might be the same guy that they are now chasing, because it seems to be the same black C-Class on the same wheels and the same whatever. Obviously, I was over the phone describing the car, and he said, obviously, he can't share the information, but it seems to be the same one. It's all that he could tell me. So they've asked me if they find him and it goes further, would I be willing to be part of a bigger case? I said yes, because as a car enthusiast, I think this is really important. And all of this mental stress, now, it's not really stressed me out, because I know, one, I'm not going to pay it. Potentially, if I got chased to pay it, I could pay it and then claim it back or get refund if, it took time to get whatever. But this could happen to somebody else, an innocent bystander, a non-car person, somebody that doesn't really know, and it could really put them in a lot of stress, affect their mental health, and, put them in a situation where they don't deserve to be in, just because somebody thought, oh yeah, I'm going to take that reg, put it on my car, and just take the piss. Now, I put the S-Class up for sale. So I think that's where he saw it, on Facebook Marketplace, which is the first place I put the car up for sale, just to sort of test the waters. And I think that's where he saw it, because he would have been hunting for a black Mercedes, because apparently that's what the police said, that, it's been black Mercedes. Funny enough, mine's an S-Class, long wheelbase, dropped on 20s. And his is a C-Class, totally stock, different color interior. I mean, obviously, totally different model. So this guy either really doesn't give a fuck that it's a totally different car, or he really doesn't know. He just sees black Mercedes, roughly same sort of year, and thinks, yeah, let's go. Anyway, still a mystery. If anything comes out of this and the police contact me again and I need to give evidence or be part of a larger case, I will be, and I'll keep you guys updated. But for now, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to advise, because if you blur out your plate on every single photo that you post online or for sale or whatever, that might protect you. But that same guy could be driving past you when you're on the road, parked at a supermarket, at a shopping center, and see your reg and still write it down and get some plates made. So how we can protect each other from this, I really don't know. I'm just glad it happened to me this time and not somebody who in this time of year around Christmas could be really stressed to be receiving all this auto pay charges, 7, 8 PCNs, 2 driveaways from a petrol station and 1 from a permit. So anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know if you've ever had anything like this happen to you. This is the first time it's happened to me. And like I said, I've been online for 15, 20 years, sharing my car shit online back in the day on forums and blogs before it became social media and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube or what it is now. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know if you've experienced anything like this. Like I said, I haven't, and this is mad. I thought it was an urban myth. Yeah, I'll keep you updated to see what the result is. Thanks for watching. Peace.